What would a village of postpartum support look like for you? Well, Be Her Village is the answer to solve what that would look like for you to create your own village of postpartum and even prenatal support. So, very shortly, I'm going to be joined by the CEO of Be Her Village. It is something that I've been a part of for at least a year or so now, maybe even longer, where you can craft your own support system when it comes to the postpartum space and even prenatally as well. So instead of just baby stuff, focusing on, yes, you need a crib and all that stuff too. Instead of just only focusing on that, Be Her Village really does help you to craft your own support. So let me get Be Her Village on right now. I'm so excited. Excited for this live to be able to tune in and align with other brands that I love what they're doing. And here we are. Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
Hello, I am so good. I'm so excited to be having this conversation.
Same here. I was just talking about being aligned with people, not just trying to sell baby or stuff all the time.
Yes,
Actually, some care and where you can craft your own prenatal postpartum. So I'm not going to steal the thunder because I know Be Her Village. I've been a part of it for at least a year or so now,
yeah.
but I know things have evolved. So I would first love for you to introduce yourself, let everyone know what is Be Her Village and why did you start this initiative?
Thank you. Yeah, so I am Caitlin McGrath. First and foremost, I'm a mother. I have my own three children. I'm also a doula. I've been a doula since my second baby, and he's 10 years old. And I'm also the founder of Be Her Village. And what Be Her Village is, in short, is a brand new kind of gift registry. One that rather than focusing completely on baby things and baby products and all the things that we need to like prepare our house for having a baby, it's actually a way for parents to receive the gifts that actually help them when they have their babies. So that looks like registering for lactation support. That looks like registering for doula care, for somebody to come and drop you meals, for laundry care, for house cleaners, for pelvic floor support, for like all of the things that actually make motherhood feel good in those earliest days. That's what Be Her Village is all about. And what it looks like when you register on our site is actually people sending you funds directly into your bank account to pay for all of those expected and unexpected costs. And we've had almost $400,000 gifted on Be Her Village since we started. And it's just like every other baby registry out there. It's really easy to sign up for. It's really easy to like find the kinds of funds that you'd like: home birth funds, breastfeeding funds, midwife funds, doula funds, and also to share with your friends and family who can very easily buy a gift off of your registry the same way they would do at Target or Walmart or Amazon or something like that.
I love it. I love it. So let's say, pretend I'm
Yeah.
expecting, right? And I've learned about Be Her Village,
Mhm.
like this whole different registry. Can you tell like how the process works? Like, oh, I'm expecting, I'm ready to do a registry. Yeah, you can have your others, but I actually want to tailor a registry of support. So how would someone go about getting the process started,
Yeah.
finding the people that may be close or virtual or what that looks like in their area? Can you just give a quick like synopsis of what that would look like?
Absolutely. The sign up process is so easy, and part of what we worked really hard on is making it so that if you are somebody who's like so savvy, is already following Dr. Diana and like knows who their team is, has their doula, has everybody lined up, you can go to Be Her Village, create your registry, and get your team paid for and get awesome gifts. But you can also come to our platform if you have no idea and like somebody just was like, hey, you should probably do this. You can come to Be Her Village and we walk you through every single step. So it feels exactly like building any other registry, except that when you go to add the gifts that you want, instead of shopping for strollers and car seats and cribs and gadgets and devices, you're actually shopping for people and people that live nearby, professionals that can support you, and people that are virtual, people who offer lactation services, people who offer doula support and childbirth education, and all of the types of things that help new parents. So it's literally a sign up process. And in it, there's like a building tool where you get to learn about the kinds of support that are available, and then add them to your registry. And then what we do is we walk you through whether you'd like to add your own person. So if like you have a doula picked out, or you know exactly who's going to help you in the postpartum time, you add those people to your registry. Or you can look in our guide, and we have listings. We have like 2,500 practitioners across the United States, and many of them offer virtual services. So even if we don't have someone in your immediate neighborhood, we have lots of services that can support you, which is really great.
That is absolutely amazing. So how do they get it to the people? Like, can they put it on their, like, I know now we have a lot of online, like, send it. I don't know. Like, can they, if they are doing evites, or is there a link? Like, can you talk about how they get it to their loved ones?
Absolutely. So it's funny, like I gave birth maybe the first time, how many years ago? 12 years ago. To not have a paper invite 12 years ago was so against all the rules, all the etiquette. I remember like caring so much about etiquette and what my mom, everything has changed. And it's changed, in my opinion, for the better. So most people send out their invites virtually now, right? And most people, some people are sending it like through Evite, you get a text, you get an email. Whichever way you're choosing to get your message out about your pregnancy, to get your message out about your baby shower, if you're having one. A lot of people use Be Her Village without having a baby shower because it's for like the second or third kid. We provide a personal link to your registry. We provide a QR code so you can throw it on any of the materials you have. You can throw it in an email. I recommend just giving it to like your family member that you know will give it to everyone, whether they're asked to or not. Everybody has one of those. um, but also, what we have seen, besides like social media shares, which is great, and we'll like, you know, you can tag us, we'll repost it. Um, one of the most interesting ways that people have used their Be Her Village link is actually announcing their baby, like not just announcing in like a formal, you know, printed card that you have to like mail out an address. It's when people say like, hey, baby was born, and they send that first picture over text, they're including their Be Her Village link. Like, hey, the baby was born, everyone's doing great, here's our link. Because there's this like secondary secret gifting thing that people
It
don't
is.
consider, right? Like you think
Yeah.
about, you're probably going to get baby shower gifts. You might like get a little sprinkle at work or whatever, no matter what pregnancy you're on. But people forget that like everybody's going to want to send a gift when the baby comes. And to be able to drop your link in, people love to actually send hands-on support. They want to send you a meal. They want to send you a full night of sleep. They want to send you, you know, some rest, some reassurance, some help with breastfeeding. They want to send you something like really practical and really impactful. And the Be Her Village gift is exactly what is called for in that moment. So when you sign up for registry, you get like, we have a whole share kit and a share page where you can like use all the tools for it. But that's my favorite way to suggest for people to use it, is like, hey, baby's born. Here's how you can support us. Here's how you can show up as the village right now.
I love it, especially for people that's already had like a child. Like, they're gonna get it. They will get it more than you know. And even now, like, I've people close to me, I've stopped all of the baby shower stuff beforehand, because you don't even know what you're gonna need per se and don't need, and
Mm-hmm.
then you end up at Target and everywhere else for turning stuff, or you got like 20 size one diapers, and then you're missing this number, and it's like, okay, let me figure out what you're actually gonna need later. And even the people I love, I had someone very close to me have her baby yesterday, and I'm like going through talking to her, trying to like walk her through some of the things and the care and the support. So like, I love the fact that it doesn't have to be like this window. Oh, once like your baby shower is over, that's it. Like, the meal
Mm-hmm.
trains come, the support comes afterwards. So I love it. And you mentioned the professionals. 2,500 practitioners across
Mm-hmm.
the United States. That is absolutely amazing. So this lab, as long as fingers and toes crossed, will be saved. Can you talk to the for a moment to the
Yeah.
practitioner area, just to tell them like how to go about getting signed up in the maternal health space, if they're interested in signing up or getting to know Be Her Village?
Absolutely. So everybody who is supporting a new mom, professional or I mean, we have a professional listing, is invited to come and be part of Be Her Village. And I want to just share like the big vision here
Yeah.
is making our birth and postpartum support as easy to access as it is to get a stroller or a crib off of Amazon Prime. And a platform like that doesn't exist yet, right? Like, I've been asked so many times, like, well, what about the stuff? What about the products? Everybody loves products. I'm like, they know how to get the products. The products are there. It's hard. It's hard to find us. And so what we have built with Be Her Village is a way for people who are right where we want them, right in that like early to mid pregnancy, thinking about their postpartum time before they're in crisis. And what we want to do is we want to make it really easy for parents to see who's nearby, to see what their offer is, to see how much it costs, and to start planning and building that relationship then. Yep. And so the way that we've made that accessible for birth workers is we have a free platform. You guys can come and add on your services and build out your professional page. And that way, when parents are looking for support and searching for the people in the area, you can show up. And it's a really wonderful offering. There are various features, but it's something I really encourage every single person who cares about access to maternal health care and cares about the funding piece of it to get involved with, because there's been this, I mean, I've been a doula now for really feels like a long time, but it's been like a decade. And there has been this shift, right? From like, let's tell people we exist, let's define ourselves, let's even introduce this concept of there is support out there and we are deserving of it, and we have to help people understand the value behind it. And there's been so much progress made, but now there's this big sort of elephant in the room, like, okay, so now we've convinced all these people they need doulas and they deserve care and they are like ripe for it. How are they going to pay for it, right? And so Be Her Village is a tool that within your own practice, you can say to people, hey, you were considering using me. This is one of the options. Yeah. This is one of the options to get more funds in your bank account, because the reality is $12 billion a year is spent on baby shower gifts. So this like false idea that people actually don't have the funds to pay for care, the funds exist, and it's part of what we're doing with Be Her Village is pulling it in and calling it in for the care and the support that parents want, need, and deserve. So this is like a strong call to any birth worker who's watching this. Come and get involved with what we're working on. We're reinvesting in mothers, right? We're diverting funds from the shelves, from the useless crap that, sorry, excuse my French, that we all see in the homes of the parents that we're supporting. We all see people with their like $900 strollers and focusing all of their energy in on their nursery. And then we see them faltering. And then we see them realizing too late often that, and this is like my personal story too, realizing too late, oh no, I spent so much time worrying about the things and worrying about the theme of my nursery, right? And I forgot / didn't know, because how am I to know? We're not really talking about it. Like, I needed more. I needed something as a parent to be successful that I didn't have access to. So we're shifting all of that. And in part of this goal with Be Her Village is actually to meet parents where they are. Parents are thinking about products. They're thinking about their baby registry. So when we start to say, hey, you're thinking about your baby registry, you can add me to your baby registry. I'm something that belongs on there. And here's how. It actually helps us access that conversation and get people where they're thinking and introduce this idea of birth and postpartum care.
Yeah, and I love it. And I think especially for someone's already had a child, like we're forgetting about the second time moms. Like they already know where they faltered at on the first journey or what they wish that they would have had. So I think like even getting it out there to the second time and third time and fourth. My highest client has 7 kids. So, really, maybe they didn't have a baby shower. Maybe it's really, like you said, catching people where they are, where they already know what they wish they would have had. And maybe the support system can come and like surround them and, still don't take away from everything else that they're trying to do. Meal trains can stop even if people run them through for the first week. But what happens if, week 2 and 3 and 4, the significant other goes back to work and they need that little, window of like, oh my God, I'm alone with my baby and I just got to eat and I don't even have any, I got to go in the kitchen and I have to cook. And, so just even if they don't have to use all the funds up front. And I think you're very transparent. So like if someone gifts them, like how does that transaction work? And I know we talked about in the last live we did a couple years ago, but can we talk about like if someone is gifting, do they get the money that like, I don't know. And I don't know where you all have evolved in that piece yet.
That piece has not changed because the
Okay.
foundation of this company is creating access for parents, for mothers. And the way that we do that is by funding them directly and trusting them that they're going to have the cash that they need to pay for what they need in those moments. And like you said, you don't really know what you need until you're in it, until you're in the thick of it. So that flexibility is such a big part of it. Parents connect their bank account through Stripe. We've partnered with Stripe to be able to offer this to people. And that way they can accept these gifts, these funds in a really safe and efficient way.
Yep.
And that directly funds them. So literally like almost $400,000 has been directly funded to new parents.
Awesome.
And they use it to pay for birth center fees, to pay for midwives, pay for doulas, pay for meals, to pay for lactation support. One of my favorite stories of a Be Her Village mama is that, and this is again also my story, it's a story so many of us have. It's not just the expected expenses. It's not just, oh, we'll need some postpartum care, we'll need someone to help us hold the baby or do the laundry or feed us a meal. It's also like, and pumping with purpose, this is your audience here. It's like, oh, my baby's not latching. Oh, I need craniosacral therapy for my baby. I need a tongue tie clip that
That's
in
what
my neck
I
of the
was
woods.
thinking. I was like, I paid for both of my children's tongue releases or the lip tongue, and
Yep.
one of the youngest had the buckle
The
too, out of pocket. Like, here's my card. Like,
$800, and that was for my 8-year-old who's 8 now. So like it's they don't, the best providers don't take insurance, and that's like a
correct.
whole other that's a whole other
They're
live
not
that we
ready
could.
for that
No,
conversation,
that's a
right?
whole other thing. But that's actually like part of what lights my
Yep.
fire is there are so many things wrong with our system in general, but like with the payer system, with insurance coverage, with like some for you and not for you. And if you have great insurance, you get all these benefits. But like if you're in between, you don't get Medicaid, you don't get, high-end benefits, then you're kind of like, it's just, there's so many gaps in coverage.
Yeah.
And there's so many beautiful, smart, passionate people working to make those changes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we need to do it now. We need to get, instead of fixing the system, like let's build a better one. Let's just redirect the community funds that are already flowing towards parents and let's get them better care in the immediate. And so one of our parents, Sam, she was like, literally my baby I was planning to breastfeed, everything was fine, and then I had this, she needed a tongue tie release, and having her Be Her Village funds
Yeah.
helped her pay for the tongue tie release, helped her pay for her lactation consultant, helped her save her breastfeeding relationship, which, not for nothing, probably saved her thousands of dollars in formula, right?
Listen.
But even so, like she didn't have to make a decision between, do I go back to work early, do I pay the mortgage, do I buy food, or do I get this care for my baby? She had that cushion.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a better gift that there is for a new mom than that sort of relaxation, to be able to go into her postpartum time not having to worry about what she's going to be able to access as far as care for her baby.
Yeah, and it's changing now. I mean, I spent 1,200 for the first and 1,500 for the second, and then now I'm learning from my clients now that some of the providers of the world that do these releases, they're asking for body work first. So then you got the cranial
Mm-hmm.
sacral, you have the OT, you have they won't even do the releases until they have those things. So it's like it's evolving, and I do see like all of this stuff just really starting to tick and tide because of the research. Thankfully, that having that work done first is beneficial, but also like it's another added cost, and families are having to make those decisions. And me, I support families. I don't care how they feed. I just want you all to have the information
Mm-hmm.
um to be able to make those informed decisions, because getting those releases, guys, has way more to do with it's not just about breastfeeding or whatever. It's
Mm-hmm.
the speech, it's the other things
Oh,
that happen
there's
later that
so much more. Yes. And
so
and
much
the
more.
implications for those ties. I mean, the breastfeeding, I think, is actually just how you
I
identify
know.
that there's a physical issue going on,
Yep.
but there's so many benefits to them for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so I love that success story. Any other ones that like come top to mind, like of they got the care that they deserve? Like, just if you give us one more of like something that, like, we all know, I'm probably sure you got plenty of stories, because I know
Yeah,
you probably stay in touch with
of
your community, like your people that's
course.
using the registry. But anything else that just like jumps out to you as a great success story from using Be Her Village?
There was one mom who was actually pregnant with her second, and when we got on with her, she was like expecting her baby like within a week or two.
Oh,
So nobody really knows, but she was in that like waiting period. And she was so full of peace. And she said, last time in my last pregnancy, I was so stressed. I didn't know how I was paying for my midwife. I didn't know how I was affording my birth center. I just like, I was so unstable financially. I wasn't sure how I was going to manage it. And it really like impacted my stress levels during my pregnancy. And she said, and now I'm sitting here. I used Be Her Village. This is all before her baby came, right? So this is not a postpartum story. This is actually like a preparation story. She was sitting there pregnant. She said, I used my Be Her Village registry and everybody's paid. I am awaiting my joyful birth. I'm just sitting here, like able to be with intention and with mindfulness and without this layer of financial stress overshadowing her birth preparation.
yeah.
And that to me was just the coolest thing to hear because it really speaks to the impact of these types of gifts, right? Because I think everybody who's gift giving is loving and generous, and like there's the gift givers are not the ones who are getting it wrong. It's actually like the gift registries.
Yeah.
It's this issue where the gift givers are so loving and generous, and the parents are so in need of support, and there's this disconnect of like what you're actually gifting someone. So to be able to say, I'm going to give you this gift of peace, this gift of joy, this gift of confidence, this gift of a full night of sleep, this gift of getting more snuggle time in with your baby or feeling confident in your breastfeeding or reaching your birth goals and healing and all of the types of things that parents actually need. It's something that is impactful in the moment, and it's something that reverberates throughout that motherhood experience, throughout the child's life, and even into generations on, right? Like the things that we are experiencing in these moments, these high, impact moments are
Yeah.
change us forever. So
I
that was the
agree.
story that really felt
I love it.
impactful.
And that's what I'm noticing now. I've been shifting my messaging because I meet the clients that have 4 and 5 and 6 pumps. No one showed them how to use it. It's just
Mhm.
buy this now. Use my link to buy this now. Use my link to buy this. And I got this great product and buy this. Like every product can't be great. Every product is not going to work for someone. And when I meet my clients that they have their doula set up, they have their postpartum support set up, they got a midwife that, they're living, and then they have me on the, like, and I'm in there. And
Mhm.
like, I remember just a couple, like last week, actually, one of my clients that had her baby, I was talking to her doula that was there with her. She was getting her all set up with the pump because I wasn't like actually there, and I was walking them. Like it's just that continued education. I know that birth doula and postpartum doula can take with her elsewhere, even if she doesn't offer the services. It's like we're working together. There's no competition. There's no like, this is my wheelhouse. We all have to support the parent and where they are and getting them the support. And she was like just sitting there exhausted because she just had her baby and like all the other things, and like she was just like, thank y'all. We were like, get some sleep. Like,
Oh,
go get some sleep. Like, you just had a whole baby. And she's like, it's just so much stuff that goes into it, of the stories that can't be told, that no, no, at that moment, she didn't need a stroller. She didn't need
yes.
this fancy $300 thing that sits on your counter that whenever you need to use it. And there's no shade to that stuff. It's just really trying to align with what people need in that moment and being able to support them well beyond that. So I'm so thankful for Be Our Village. And I literally was like, oh my gosh, I was just going through of like, I want to continue to align and get the
Mhm.
message out to people that need to know, because the funds are real, being able to support. And I remember I was like, I done spent all my money on all this other stuff now. Now I can't afford lactation support. Or if you get lactation support in their wait window because of insurance, it's out 3, 4, 5 weeks. You're not gonna have any milk left by the time
Right.
you get on, or people are overworked and underpaid, and they're just like, you feel like a revolving door through, oh, you're good, here's the pump, here, look, the flame's good, bye, see you later, come back in a few weeks. It's just that support of that genuine care. And I'm just so thankful to have Be Her Village as an option that I
Mhm.
literally have forgotten about. And I was like, I want to bring her on just to get the message out. And if someone's in my DMs like, hey, I'm expecting, and you need to know about this registry,
Yeah,
you need to know that there are people here that want to support you.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah. So thank you for what you do. Can you please tell people how to find you? And I even think, do y'all still offer the you had like you were training people to be gift registry like,
yeah.
don't, what
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that?
Okay, so for parents, go to behervillage dot
Yes.
com. You can follow us on Instagram. I'm in the DMs. Like, it's me. It's not some social media person. It's me. I'm the social media assistant. So reach out to me there, make a registry, go to our blog, poke around, be curious. You're more than welcome. You don't have to know anything. We will walk you through every single step. Birth workers, same thing. Come to our website, behervillage.com. You can you go to get started and just click professionals, and we will walk you through getting your services signed up. But yes, I'm so glad you mentioned it. One of the things that we realized is that doulas are not necessarily, and birth workers are not necessarily like invited into this conversation about gifting and about the entire retail experience. And it's for a reason, because we're going to say things like, hey, you don't really
Need
need
that.
all that stuff.
Don't need that.
So these brands are not inviting us to the conversation. So we're making our own table. We've pulled up our own seats, and we have a gift registry advocacy training that will train you to feel really confident in understanding what that retail experience is like, how you can help your clients and your potential clients, how you can talk about it intelligently, and just the way we would arm our patients or clients with the right information about breastfeeding, really good evidence-based information about their upcoming birth, advocacy skills for how to talk to staff and how to get their wishes known and how to find their voice. We take all of those skills and we apply them to the gift registry experience. So if that's something you're interested in, I highly recommend you take our course. It's on our website, and it's a really in-depth, it's on demand, so you can take it at your leisure, and you get certified as a gift registry advocate. And it is such a game changer, because when we talk to new parents, their main feedback about their gift registry in general and starting their gift registry is a feeling of overwhelm.
Yep.
And the reason they're feeling overwhelmed is because there are millions and millions of dollars of affiliate links, of advertising. As soon as they pee on a stick and get 2 lines, their whole algorithm changes, and there's just information coming at them from left and right. And when you can walk in and say, hey, I can help you figure this out, when you gain their trust and their gift registry experience, it actually opens the door for a whole client relationship, and then you can help them in other ways. So highly recommend you check that out, because it's an amazing course. We have really good feedback on it, and people are loving it and using it in their practices.
I love it. I just want to say thank you again. Is there anything else you would want the community to know? Like, if there was just like one tip that you would want someone listening to this to know, please share.
Yeah, I would say for the new parents out there, be bold. Be bold and let go. I mean, I don't even think I have to tell this generation this, to be honest with you, but like, be bold, go out there and do what feels right for you. Don't worry about what your mother did, or what your sister-in-law is going to think, or what your aunt did, or any of that. Like, take in their information and leave what doesn't feel good, and do what feels right for you. And this applies to your gift registry, this applies to your baby shower invites, but this also applies to your birth, your postpartum, and your entire motherhood journey. Just find that sense of self, find your voice, and be unabashedly yourself, because that is who and what your baby needs you to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. And it continues to evolve as time goes on. It just, it just moves and shakes. And,
Yeah.
those experiences never end of
Yeah.
advice of what's right, what's wrong, how to parent. I was literally just
Yeah.
saying my husband something. I was like, when this gentle parenting, like it's just all this stuff is just thrown at us. And we're like, oh my gosh, if I do this, I'm a jack my child up. If I don't do this, this is going to look like this. And I literally had to like take a moment and take a break, because I'm always and forever in the 0 to, you know 3-4 ish time
Mm-hmm.
frame with the pumping. But like, kids get older,
Mm-hmm.
other kids come, and then like you got yourself multifaceted and all these different things, and then you're like, your brain is like, oh my god, I gotta pump, I gotta nurse, I gotta do this, and then I got a baby, I got a child and
Yeah.
toddler, I got a
Yeah.
school, I got I got parents that got like a 20-year-old and then an infant. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
way that this we just doing whatever the heck we want to. And I love it, but also comes with so much stress, so much pressure, so much like need to perform. And like, it has to look like this for it to be right. And I knew our messages would align, because we just need to do what's best for us,
Yeah.
that we can sleep every night like a baby. And I told people, I was like, I don't need y'all to buy all this stuff. Like, you need to stop buying all this stuff. Fine if
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to work with me, but get the care, because at the
Right.
end of the day, that strength that comes with that courage and that empowerment, it's priceless. It's priceless.
Yes.
Because it just never evolves, it never ends, and you need that strength later in kindergarten, in first grade, in second grade, in middle school, in high school, in college. Like I've families, like
Yeah.
I talked to a family the other day. She was helping her senior prepare for college. I had to give her a moment to talk of like, she was like, no, the babies. I was like, actually, no, the senior that has to go to college kind of is in the mix too. We feel so
Yeah.
trying to like do all the things, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So to the parents out here that have made it this far in this video, or this it's if it posts babies and souls, I just got to encourage you all to find your voice so you can find your peace. Find the people that align with you. Find the people that are out here willing to support you. Do something
Mm-hmm.
different, not just affiliate link you to death, not
Mm-hmm.
just, give you this and that to death. And if you don't like something, there's another provider that aligns with you. If your doctor isn't supportive, if this isn't supportive, find someone that is, because it can mean the difference of your mental health, your postpartum experience. And so I just can't say enough. How important it is to find people that align with what you're looking for. Everyone isn't for everyone, and your support looks different for the next
Yeah.
person. And your family unit looks different. When people have to go back to work, when family can come, family can't come. I told everybody, I was like, not everybody has family, right? Had a client the other day that she's expat in another country, and like
Mm-hmm.
all her families are like in other continents. And so just really, finding that support, and that trust in your village unit. So thank you, Be Her Village, and you are in the United States only, right?
Yes, so our platform has been used abroad. We want the people in the US to use us, but Canada is excited about us. Australia has figured it out. I don't know. It kind of went a little bit beyond what we expected, and it was really an interesting experience. But yes, it's set up for US dollars. Everything is aimed at the United States. Yeah.
Okay. But I heard that little tweak. So, we never know what people can do. They can get, that's how I'm global, like because of the creativity of being able to, service people wherever they are. So, I'll leave
Yeah.
that part, maybe someone needs to have an offline conversation with you for that piece. Hint, hint, I heard, things can happen. So thank you for what you do and your flexibility. And like I've had, a few groups on lately of just like we're taking some moms that we trying to do different than what we had done. And that's what it
Mm-hmm.
looks like, paying it forward, reaching back, bringing people up behind us, that we're going to really change this narrative.
Yeah.
It's going to take a minute. But if we band together, postpartum can just look different. It really can.
I love it.
I
I'm here
support
for
you,
it.
your mission, what you're doing. Thank you for creating a space for, us as providers to be able to offer our services in a different way.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna be on nobody's, true baby registry. So thank you for creating a different type of registry for us to get the, you picking
Yeah.
up what I'm putting down of like,
Yeah.
we don't have to, we got to stay strong too. And we're doing this, a lot of us are entrepreneurs full time, some of us may
Mm-hmm.
work on the side, but it looks different, and being able to keep us strong. So thank you for creating a space for us to be able to add our services. So if you're a birth worker, please check out Be Her Village. If you are a parent, please check out Be Her Village. And thank you so much for all that you are doing
Thank you.
in this space. It does not go unnoticed, and we appreciate you. So thank you. Keep strong in all of this. I
Thank
know
you.
you feel like you're up against all the products and the brands and the affiliates and the influencers and all the things, and you just feel like you're just climbing a never-ending mountain that you got to scream from the top. So thank you for your effort of all the sleepless nights I'm sure that you have had, trying to child rear and run a business.
Yeah.
So thank
You sound
you.
like you know something about that.
So thank you for what sometimes it's just that encourage, our conversations we've
Yeah.
had offline of like, all the things we suffer in silence and don't, say all the things. So thank you for all that you do to create this movement. So
I
have a
really
wonderful day.
appreciate you.
I know it's almost pickup time and all the
Yeah.
things. So thank you again. And
Thank
please
you
check
so much.
out this live, check out Be Her Village, and I will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.